Hello! Anybody out there? Just getting my dashboard. So I thought I had this at 12:30. Was it 12 or 12:30? Am I half an hour late? That's a possibility. Frederick, here's a cup and handle here on the 1 minute. Here's a cup and handle on the 1 minute. There you go. There you go, Frederick. Cup with handle on the 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah, it looks that way. I need to consolidate my windows here. I'm all over the place. Okay, it was 12:30. Okay, I thought it was. I thought it was. I took a flyer a little bit earlier. I posted it on Twitter. It didn't work out. It started chopping on me. Actually, it was down at 247. I think over here is when I got in. I don't remember. Maybe it was, I actually think it was like right here, probably 247. So I sold out. Got shaken out a little bit. I really wasn't paying attention. I didn't want to be caught holding a bag. Distorting, is that any better? Yeah, but I'm about to get back in right here. Actually, I'm trying to find my account in my Windows. There it is. Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of volume increasing here on the 1 minute. There's not a lot of volume coming in here, which isn't very good. Coming in on the breakout. There's really no breakout at this particular moment in time. Want to see some volume come in. You'll get in a little higher than this level, but at least you won't really be shaken out. You won't be shaken out. That doesn't seem right. All right. Civics and PTOU. Audio is distorting. Okay, let me let's try this real quick. Is that any better? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Is that any better? We have a little cup with handle here in the 1 minute chart. We talked about this being kind of choppy, and it's been doing that. It's been really choppy, but we're starting. Oh, there's a nice pop. That's where you get in right there. So there's a nice pop. You want to see some volume come in, start to take us higher. That's pretty nice right there. This could take a little run up. I don't know exactly how far. It looked like on Ethereum we have been no better. All right, well let's chat with this for a minute, and then I can try to start the stream over again. That's really the only thing I think I can do. So we have this immediate downturn trend line that we reached. When we first talked, we were down over here at about 248. Now we're at 256. But we didn't buy up here, right? We didn't buy up here. So I don't think this is a horrible place to buy right here, at least for a trade. We could get up to this trend line fairly quickly. The way that this volume is looking, it's looking fairly constructive. The volume is looking pretty constructive here at this point. So we're going to get this nice rounding kind of cup. Maybe we'll pop up a little higher. Maybe we'll even go higher than that. So again, we still have this head and shoulders bottom in play we need to look for. You'd be a little surprised how fast these things can stop. I still don't want you to stop taking trades. I still think that trades are to be had at this point. We're not in this type of a pattern. Remember, I pretty much told you guys not to buy anything here. We have a different situation here. We have a lot of green volume coming in. There's no buying over here. There wasn't anything on the chart. You can kind of see that now in hindsight versus all this green right here. You can see them start to nibble down here at about 240, and then once it bottomed here, then it really started exploding up here. So now we're just kind of waiting and seeing where the next shoe is going to drop. In other words, are we going to get a news item that takes us down? Are we going to sell? Are we going to get into this area and sell? Or are we going to continue higher from here? We just have to wait and see the price action. In terms of seeing 3K on Bitcoin, not so. We're seeing very similar action in Bitcoin, although we are still holding beneath this consolidation level. We do have this to contend with and this to contend with. Still very bullish though. We still do have quite a bit of buying. We're on the 15-minute chart right now. Still quite a bit of buying. This isn't looking too bad up here. This is pretty nice, pretty constructive. And sitting right here at this level, actually, with a penny, looking at it right there. Don't remember if there's another low. Yep, there's the other low right there. So we're still chopping around this area we were earlier when I stopped streaming. So yeah, you want to look for volume pops. You want to see price appreciation. Mentioning Bitcoin. So here's a nice big volume pop. Here's a couple. We're pulling back. A little bit of war happening here. You can kind of see the volume is kind of at about the same level. We're still holding kind of high. So Ethereum kind of had this pop above the cup with handle. Now we're back in it. So you can wait to see what this does, how this plays out if this reverses higher. Tell me it's a dead cat bounce and I missed the bottom. Reassure me, buddy. Cryptos can do anything. I can't be super reassuring. I can say we have a bottom in place right now. It would have been awesome if we would have gotten in down here towards 3,000, but it decided to move while we were sleeping. I think literally it was watching me, and then actually when I fell asleep, it broke out. That's what I think. That's my personal opinion. So we are seeing a little selling up here. Kind of micromanaging this. I really don't want to be. That's not super healthy to be micromanaging this type of a thing. You want to just go with the trend. So right now we're in a small uptrend. Whether it turns into a big uptrend is a little different. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the stream and start over again because of this audio problem you guys keep referring to. I'll be right back. Alright, hello. Hello, I'm still here. How's this audio issue? Is it resolved? How's that? Is that a little bit better? Testing 1, 2, 3. Seeing some rising action here in Ethereum. Getting going. Finally got in a decent base area. So not too bad. Yeah, I actually have it in my OBS. There's a gain thing. I can check this one too. So I brought my microphone back to 79. It was at almost 90. How does that sound? Any better? Any better there? The Bitcoin support levels. Let's see, we're on the minute here. So there's not many support levels, seeing as how this is the recent run up. You can try to infer support. Go to the 15-minute here. So we are kind of in no man's land down here, right? There's not a lot of charting down here, but there's definitely support right here at about this 3,500 level approximately. You have support at 35. You have this down here, this down here. But this would probably be our major support line, would be 35 at the moment. Okay, thanks you guys. Thanks Sean for the tip. I hope that may have done it. I'll try to keep these settings in the future. Not quite sure what happened. So yeah, 3,500 is approximately the major support line, I would say, right now at the bottom of this consolidation. So Ethereum kind of popping here over this little minute cup of handle. Not doing too shabby. Not doing too shabby. We could easily get to one of these support lines pretty quickly, it looks like. Pretty quickly. I want to zoom out here, get a little bit more perspective. So we do have that neckline, like I said, up here to contend with at about 285 or so, which may coincide with this longer term trend line. So we've been talking a lot about if we're in a bull or if we're in a bear. Yep, we're live. Yeah, we've been talking about if we're a bull market or if we're in a bear market. All I know is that we're in a low, or we touched a low, we tested a low, and we're popping back into some resistance levels. We need to see how the market behaves around those resistance levels. But I think you're okay to take positions here. I would have liked to take them a little lower, kind of what we were talking about a minute ago on this 1 minute. I mean, it's only $5. It really isn't anything. But we see this low was held up with these prior highs. So this level's been supported. So now we're going to look this towards resistance at 270. And then we're just going to see where we go from there. Some other coins that have some interesting action. Ripple doing some of the same. See, most of these big coins are following the same pattern, right? So we've seen this. We've seen Ripple have a big bounce from the 15 level. Big bounce. Look at that big volume on Ripple. That's very nice volume on Ripple. Very nice volume. Then the sell-off is in lower volume down here. Now we're going higher again. The volume is lighter, but that's to be expected because we're still in this upper base area. So this light volume here in Ripple isn't necessarily a bad thing. It does mean that there's not as much conviction on this particular move, that we could see some more waves around there. Kind of have to wait and see. IOTA is looking pretty interesting here for those of you interested in IOTA. We have lots of red in IOTA, however, a lot of red, but we are coming up to this 50 level, which has been acting as support until it broke here recently. Now we're showing it as resistance, so we need to play with that. What was that? Hold on, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Basketball hoop fell over outside. Made a big bang. Oh, Mise go back to $10 already. Oh, we actually saw Mise go down here at 8. Yeah, I do a lot of these lives, and it's gonna bite me in the butt because anytime you do charting like this, it's tough, right? This isn't easy trying to call tops and bottoms and stuff. It's not even that I call tops and bottoms. It's just there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of basing. There's all these little movements in the 1 minute, the 15 minute. Then you get up to the 2 hour in the daily chart. It really seems a lot more simple. So as I stay in those smaller time frames, it gets more difficult, and I seem to find myself living in there more and more because we're looking for bottoms and we're really looking for movements. So all I can say right now is it looks like we have a bottom is in, and man had a nice extreme run up like cryptos tend to do. Unfortunately, most of us were asleep for that. Yeah, guys, I just have a little bit of a cold. I'm not going to take anything. It's going to work itself out here in a day or so. I appreciate it though. Bitcoin double top or break 3,700. Looks like I'm not sure what you're referring to. You like on a 1 minute or something? Oh, this double top right here. Um, Hard to say. The volume's really inconclusive right here. There's not a lot of consensus. So, I mean, it's pushing higher, so I would assume it's going to go higher. Ethereum broke to the upside out of this consolidation. Ethereum broke to the upside. I'm assuming Bitcoin is going to do the same. They kind of like to follow each other. So I would assume it's going to break up. And there it goes. Yep, there's your volume right there. There's your volume. See that just tick up? See that volume just tick up? So we didn't have any volume. Now we have volume, and going to the upside there. Yeah, again, guys, there's about a 10-second delay on these charts, or on the stream. I'm sorry. So that's quite a bit of volume right there, running it up into 37. So we'll see what happens. Ethereum at 262. 265. We're jumping here. Now we're getting some more action happening. This is much healthier action. This is what we wanted to see coming down, breaking out of this consolidation level. So these are the areas that I think you should get a little more aggressive with your trades in right here. As we see this volume coming in, we do have this top to contend with. Hopefully, maybe we do another couple of handles. Hard to tell, but seeing some decent volume in here. ETH at 205? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't sell. I don't know the euro versus the dollar conversion. I don't think I'd be selling. I don't know if I'd be taking profits up here. The action is good. We have some good volume to the upside. I would just be holding. Yeah, you bought it at a fantastic place, man. You bought it at a fantastic place, so you don't need to be thinking about selling. I would, again, if this is the bottom in the market, then you don't want to regret selling up here for, a measly 30%, right? Measly 30%. I mean, if this is the bottom, and again, we don't know if it's the bottom or not. We still have a lot of support resistance to get through. But if it is the bottom, then you're going to feel really good about yourself, as we go higher. But even intermediate term, like I said, we still have this to contend with. We could still get up here into the 284 level, which would give you 20 more bucks. That'll put you at another about 50%. Yeah, about 40%, another 10%. So. So, but think about it too, right? Because this is a 2-hour chart. We still have quite a bit of time. I mean, look, we're not going to have a straight up move from here. We're going to get sold into at some point. If we do get a straight up move from here, then this is an exceptionally strong move, and I would be loading the truck during some consolidation up here. But I mean, typically, what you would expect in a situation like this with an extreme down and an extreme upward movement is it does get faded at some point, usually at a prior resistance level. Usually. So that being said, all bets are off. This is an open market. The Litecoin is sitting near 55. Yeah, Litecoin has been an interesting trade. We talked about that earlier in the day. We just talked about IOTA. NEM seemed to have quite a bit of support down here. NEM seemed to have quite a bit of support. It's not running, but it's not selling off, and I think that kind of says something about NEM, to be honest with you. I think NEM during our next market upcycle could definitely be a big leader. I mean, just based on chart action. Now, say this does turn into a bear market and we have a couple more months of downturn, then this whole NEM talk may go out the window. Technology can change in that time frame. A new leader could come into the space. It's hard to say, but anyway, NEM's shown good support there. Monero's shown a really nice bounce. Wow, it came all the way down to almost $70, back at 100. There's a lot of these coins doing 50% off of these bottoms. Litecoin did 50%. This is about 50%. I mean, if you want to get technical, it's probably like 40, 42 or something. 40%. So support levels turn into resistance because, and vice versa. It's all psychological, really. It's all psychological. So I mean, you can see this line right here, right? So this was sold into. This was sold into. It has to do with a prior high and someone either having a large position here that wants to get out even, or a large seller that wants to take more profits at those levels, and then it kind of becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy where until the market decides it wants to go higher, then you have people selling at those prior highs, just expecting it to double top and things of that nature. So it's all psychology. P-Toy, I've got P-Toy on here, just past P-Toy. P-Toy, good, I'm in P-Toy. That's good. Small position, small position. PIVX. PIVX coming off of some lows on some volume, not too bad. Not too bad. A coin that I've been in for a little while now is Cloak Coin. If you want to look at some small cap names, you can kind of go through this. This Decree coin has some really nice volume down here, forming a nice little consolidation. This could definitely have a move of some kind. You know, it's kind of wide and choppy. You see a lot of movement here. That could maybe have some upside. You see all that large volume right there towards these bottoms? That's usually pretty good action. Usually pretty good action. You know, 29 you're gonna get almost a double if it comes up towards highs, but that's a little ways out. Got P-Toy. Someone mentioned Ruby. I'm not a big fan of that one. Kind of a rounded top there. Edgeless has been a big topic of conversation lately. Kind of sitting towards highs here. That's not bad. You know, you don't mind coins sitting at highs, but it does have these wide retracements, very wide. So, I mean, you could have a strategy almost selling at $1 and then buying it back at 75, selling it at $1. That's going to work until it doesn't, right? That's going to work until it doesn't. Do I think it's a good time to take position in IOTA? I was looking at it earlier in the day, just after the earlier live stream, and I think it's an interesting place to get into IOTA. Although we are coming up to that 50 cent resistance level right here. At the same time, we basically V'd up and we're consolidating. So I would, it's only 2 cents away from 50 cents. I would wait until it gets above 50 cents or until you see some increasing volume to the upside. Obviously, this move here was shaken down quite significantly. So you see this up move here, these 3 up bars trying to break out towards 50 cents, and it was immediately sold into. So in that place, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like that kind of action, but it could easily be reversed. It could easily be reversed and go higher. Yeah, so we're just basically looking at like I said, resistance near the 50 cent level. That's kind of all that's going on here. But I mean, overall, we're looking at the 2-hour chart. This is constructive behavior in a longer-term time frame, which is more important than the shorter-term time frames. And you can also maybe infer a target here. You know, up to maybe 63 or so from 48. So that's not bad. Is that 30% upside? Pretty good 30% upside if that happens right there. So, you know, I won't get too discouraged with the 1-minute bars if the 2-hour looks really good, if the 4-hour looks really good, if the daily looks really good. But at the same time, if you buy in consolidation areas without confirmation of a breakout, think about this high up here. Look at how nice this looks. Look at this volume here. It popped up, came up to this resistance level, flagged out a little bit, and then it just slowly started to fail, right? So it's hard to buy in the flag, in the base. You want to buy when it breaks out of the base. So, and here we are back to Ethereum again on a 2-hour chart. Yeah, a lot of stuff happening. I'm going to check in with my stocks. 4 minutes till the market closes. Oh my goodness. I don't know if that's good or bad. Wow. Alright, can we auto this? Alright, let's do this. PKG. My PKG trade is turning the corner to the upside. For trading, Tyler, you mean trading in general? Yeah, so there's different kinds of traders, Tyler. I'll be honest with you, buddy. I mean, I am diving down into 1-minute charts. Um, it's really helpful when you're towards bottoms. Like we've been sitting on the 1 minute looking at this bottom, just trying to ascertain where the volume is coming in, right? And you get a little bit of a clear picture in that sense at these extreme levels about exactly where the volume is. Is it buying pressure? Is it selling pressure? So like right here at the lows, we can see that it got very quiet, then just exploded with volume to the upside. But that's really easy to see on the 1-minute chart. It's really easy to see, but I'm not really a day trader at heart. I mean, it may not seem that way, but I'm really not a day trader at heart. I initially bought my Ethereum back here at 316, wherever 316 is, at about 316 somewhere over here, and I held it. I mean, I held it all the way up. I bought a little more at 340 when it actually kind of started to break out of this level here. So I bought off of this trend line, then I bought off of this trend line. And in an uptrend, I have confidence doing those moves. I have confidence making those moves. I did buy options with PKG, Tadej. Yes, I did. So I have confidence making those moves in this uptrend, but in a downtrend, like we're still in a downtrend. Don't get me wrong. We have a bounce. That's good. This could be the overall bottom. I mean, it could be. It's hard to say exactly. There's a good volume signature, but we still have levels of resistance to get through. So we're still in a downtrend technically. But in an uptrend, I will be more than happy to hold. More than happy to hold. I do like to run for weeks and months. I want to hold for those moves. I don't mind holding through these shakeouts, things of this nature. That's not something I mind if we're in an uptrend. BTC, that Verticoin. I know I have them in here somewhere. Excuse me. Sorry, just trying to take it all in. When I do stocks, I have about 5,000 different choices, and I can really pick and choose what I want to trade, right? So let me give you an example, guys. Let me give you an example. And this is going to be helpful even for crypto. This isn't even, this is a trading lesson. This has nothing to do with stocks or Bitcoin or anything. So this is Boeing. You guys kind of see bases now a little bit, right? So this is Boeing, and the market literally just closed. So this is Boeing. Boeing's had a nice run up. It popped really big, went from 213 up to 250, and went very flat, very tight, and very sideways. Okay, I bought 3 days ago. I bought some options 3 days ago right here. So actually, no, I traded this one really well. I've got to be proud of myself on this one. I bought it right down here because I saw it was going down, then it started coming up on a lot of volume. So I bought actually right down here at about 238 level. So in options, I'm in options here. But this is a very high quality chart. You see this? I mean, this is a high quality chart. So when you guys ask me to look at these little coins and I struggle, it's because when I look for, this is my list over here. Let's look through some of these and let's see if you can notice a high quality chart versus a low quality chart. I'm just going to click through. So Torch, more of a low quality chart. You see it's kind of wide and loose and all over the place. So Generac, oh, I wanted to get it on YouTube. Damn it, I missed out. This cryptocurrency market is killing my stock market. That's my target for our Generac, by the way. 800% trade. Restoration Hardware, pretty good quality, but look at all these gaps. I have a hard time trading stocks that just gap up and gap down all over the place. Look at this gap. I mean, it's really hard to do something with that. So I look for high quality like Skyrixer. This is a pretty high quality. We have a nice base forming here. This is very orderly. This is very, very orderly. So when I'm looking at something like this, even if I go out to the daily chart, let's go to the daily chart and zoom in. It's hard to ascertain the order. It's hard to see exactly where you're going. I mean, a little easier on the daily. You can clearly see this resistance point right here that it's actually sitting right on. But what I'm trying to get at, why invest in stocks when I have crypto? Well, so here's check this out. This is why I'm investing in stocks. So I've been doing stocks for a very long time. Very comfortable with the ecosystem. So my new strategy in stocks is this. Let me break this down for you, okay? So in stocks, I'm trading this move in PKG. I'm anticipating a move like this. I'm anticipating it following a trend line similar to this. I have an option that expires right here. Okay, if my option gets up, if it closes right here, my option is up like 800%. That's why I'm trading stocks, because there's tremendous value in if you really pay attention and hyper focus your portfolio and your trading. If you hyper focus what you're doing and you wait and are very, very patient, you can get moves like this where your account's going to go up, quite significantly. So now this isn't just buying the stock. It's actually only an 8% move in the stock, but the option would be up, I mean, just hundreds of percent. So if Bitcoin is going up, I think Bitcoin is going up. Yeah, so now don't get me wrong, that 800% isn't a guaranteed profit. I mean, I may close. So here's another thing on that is I had that position. Guys, if I'm boring you with stocks, let me know. So I bought this position on this day right here, right about that level. So I bought this position right here. I was going to buy it on Friday at the close, and I didn't because I was scared, right? My emotions coming into play here. But it looked really good on this Friday. Look at this Friday. It looks really good. But I didn't want to hold over the weekend, so I paid up for it a little bit. But even paying up for it, I bought it here, and by the time it was up here, I was up 85% over these 2 days. Okay? So I mean, that's really good. My option was up 85%. Now, as of the bottom of today, it's pulled back. I actually didn't think it'd pull back this far, but it did. As of this pullback, I was only up 18%. So I go from being up 85% to up 18%. And I'm really lucky I wasn't in the negative. So you're not guaranteed that 800%. I mean, it could go up and up. It could flatten. It could pop up here and come down here and then end down here at 119. And my option would literally worth $4, and I bought it at $260. So that's only like you do the math on that one, right? So, I mean, the next time this thing pops up, I'm probably going to try to sell near a top somewhere just to get, because I was up 85% here in 2 days, not even 2 days, which is a phenomenal gain for anything. And this isn't, I mean, this is PKG. This is a high quality stock. This is multi-billion-dollar market cap. I don't know off the top of my head, and this is a high quality cup pattern, right? High quality cup pattern, increasing volume on this side over here. So anyway, I've been patient with it. I've been patient with it because I bought correctly. I was able to have patience, and I was able to withhold this downturn here. And that's one of the benefits of trading stocks versus cryptos. This thing opens at 6:30 my time in Arizona. I can get up at 6 o'clock. I have no problem doing that. It closes at 1:30 or 1 o'clock. Closes at 1 o'clock. So after 1 o'clock, I can go do my thing. I mean, with cryptos, as we saw, everything bottomed at like 5 a.m. my time. I'm not up at 5 a.m. I went to bed at 1 a.m. So, I mean, they both have their benefits. They both have their drawbacks. They're different markets, right? It's like having two kids. One's smart, one's an idiot. But the idiot one's a lot of fun. I guess that signaled the end of that rant. So 15-minute here, we have a nice selling bar indicating a pause in this particular uptrend. On the 15-minute, you see this large volume selling bar. Notice I said a pause. I didn't say it's done. And we're just going to see what happens. Yeah, so here we go. So is this the wrong Ethereum chart? What Ethereum? Oh, this is the Ethereum chart I'm looking at. I've got two Ethereums up here, mainly because during the downtrend, Coinbase was like $20 higher than Bitfinex, and I just kind of wanted to keep an eye on it. So yeah, so here we broke out here at this 254. Went all the way up to 264, 10 bucks. What, 5% or so? 4%. Hold back, have a lower high rate. Now we're kind of continuing higher. So, nothing too bad right here. Velvet. What's the lowest Bitcoin will drop to? I don't know. We've seen it at like $10 back in 2012 or something like that. So are you new to the channel, Velvet? Okay, that explains it. So, welcome to the channel. I'm Real Crypto. You can call me Randy. My name's Randy. I don't necessarily pick tops and bottoms, to be honest with you. That being said, if you go back in my videos, I do have a video about Bitcoin 3000. Okay, that actually happened. I also have a video about Ethereum 180. That did not happen. It got to about 202 or something. Okay, so we're going to be right, we're going to be wrong. No one's going to tell you that price. You're going to hear a lot of opinions out there. You're going to watch a lot of videos, and I advise you to go watch videos. You're going to hear a lot of opinions, but no one's going to give you that price. I'm just going to tell you right now. Are you looking to trade this, buy long term? Do you want to get in? Yeah, so first of all, we don't do crying gumdrop emojis. So we're trying to hold emotions to a minimum in this chat room. Not because we don't like emotions, but because they really hinder trading. Buy to hold. Okay, that's good to know. Candace, I did take a position in Ethereum on a trade at 250. Actually, I tried trading it twice. First time I got stopped out for a very, very small gain, and right now I'm up like $5. I got in recently on a little breakout here. So if you're looking to buy to hold, this is what's going to happen here. I'm going to explain this to you because you're probably not very familiar with charts, and this may be a little overwhelming, and I can understand that. Okay? When you're trading anything, I don't care if it's stocks, cryptocurrencies, rice, soybeans, anything like that. No, I'm employed in a software development company. So we build apps and things for companies. We build apps, websites, intranets. We build some IoT things, really anything that takes code. That's what we do over at our company. And I'm the director of operations. Anyway, so when you're looking at a chart like this, when you're trying to ascertain when to buy, I don't expect you to remember all of this or to make extraordinarily good decisions. However, you should at a very basic level, you need to understand, you need to look at the highs. You understand that prior highs tend to sell off, okay, unless they've been tested a couple of times. This was only tested once and it failed quite miserably. Versus over here, right, we had a run up and we had a high here at $98 and it came up, was tested, tested again, it broke out. So the more times a high gets tested, the more it's going to, the more likely it's going to break out. So in this situation, we're almost dead in between a high and a low, right, in the long term. So here high at 400, here's your low at 130. So we're pretty much dead in the middle here at 260. So this literally could go anywhere in between there. Now I can't say this is the bottom at 3,000. There is a case for Bitcoin 1200, which I think would take Ethereum down with it. I haven't done a video on that, nor have I put much thought into it. But I did look at the chart for a minute in longer term. I mean, think about it, right? If Bitcoin really fails, Ethereum's going to go with it, and we're probably going to get down here towards this $50 level. I'm not saying that's going to happen anytime soon, but all these are things you need to keep in mind. The point I'm trying to get across to you is get a little educated, follow a couple of people, and find something that makes sense to you. But don't look for someone to give you like the ultimate buy point. I mean, even I called 3,000, but I never put a buy order in at 3,000, nor did I advise anybody to. Yeah, thank you, Velvet. Another good one to follow is Node Investor. He's a very good trader. He's also actually a personal friend of mine, but he's a very good trader. I've known him for like 4 or 5 years. He does good work with charts. We do things slightly differently. He does a lot with moving averages, and he does some RSI stuff as well. And I pretty much just stick to charts. I may throw some moving averages up if I get some time to look at them, but if you're looking to buy right now, I'd say we're in a wait and hold. We're in a wait and hold pattern. I mean, if we continue to drop, which we may, then go ahead and watch my Bitcoin 1200 video just to give you a feel for what we may be in for. I'm not saying we are. I don't want to scare anyone because people think I'm putting FUD out there. No, NODE, node investor. Yeah, I don't pump a lot of channels. I'm not that, I don't do that, but I've seen several, and his videos are really good. He has good videos. He also has like 37,000 subscribers to my 1.7. So, not saying I'm bad at charting, but his videos are a little more professional than mine are. In terms of like, plus I ramble a lot. He's really straight to the point. And I just lost 100 subscribers. Anyway, but yeah, if you're looking to get in here, I mean, it depends how much money you have to invest. Keep in mind, you can invest. You don't have to put all your money in Bitcoin in one time. You can have 100 buys if you want to. So, if you think 3,000 is the bottom, go ahead and take a position here. Wait to see what happens, and if it crosses this 4,000 line to the upside, then you can probably get back in. Not to say we won't double top at 5,000, but it just kind of it can get a little weird. Did I talk your ear off there, Velvet? I have a tendency to do that. The point I'm trying to make is that you need to get a little bit of education, just a little bit. I mean, you need to know the fundamentals of support and resistance levels. Or if you want to buy for 5 years, just buy it. Put it in a paper wallet. Make 2 copies of it and keep it in your safe deposit box and wherever else you want to. Just not in a floodplain. Don't put that in a floodplain. You can laminate it, and then you can put it in a floodplain. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Everything's gone except for your Bitcoin. Frederick, that's the only thing that holds everybody back. The charts don't hold anybody back. No matter what you do, this market's going to be here. Bitstamp, Bitfinex, Coinbase, GDAX, these are going to be here. The only thing holding us back is our emotions. That is the only thing holding us back. So, and I'll be honest with you, I'm a little scared to get in here. That's why I'm not in. That's why I'm not in here. I mean, look, we've been talking about this for how long now? Like weeks, guys. We've been talking about not really Bitcoin so much, maybe Bitcoin the past week. Bitcoin 3,000 and Ethereum like 180. So we've been talking about this, and the market left the station without us, which doesn't feel very good. I got to be honest with you guys. I don't feel very good about that. I was hoping to like load the boat up down here, if nothing else for a massive bounce, and I wasn't able to do that, so my plan kind of went by the wayside. Hey, no man, my money means a lot to me too. I am not a rich man. I mean, I'm not a rich man. My Roth IRA is doing really good, but that's not money I can spend. That's money that has to sit in a retirement account till I'm 65. So I have all my cash in cryptocurrencies basically. And yeah, I don't want to put my money at risk either. That's why I don't tell you guys to buy. Because I know what it feels like. The money does mean something to me. I do have cash in the bank still, but a vast majority of it is in the markets. And yeah, you're right. There will be plenty of other opportunities, and that's the point here, right? That's the point here, and that's kind of what I wanted to say when I brought up these stock charts. That's kind of what I wanted to bring out, is that you can look at all these. No, number two, you can look at all of these stock charts, and I have 5,000 options to choose from in the stock market. And there's some times where I don't trade. Like I haven't traded in the market for a couple of months, 2 to 3 months. I didn't do anything. Now cryptocurrencies kind of kept my attention at bay, which helped a little bit, don't get me wrong, but I have all these choices. I don't want to be in that one. This volume is very interesting, but I don't see a base we're holding under this moving average, so that's not good. VIPS is under everything. AVGO, that's not looking too shabby. Maybe I'll keep an eye on that. Good volume today. Look at that. That's really nice volume. That could be a start of a move right there. I may look at that later. But the whole point is that you have to look around at all of your options, choose your spots, and really get the really get the best trades in, and then pile in. Hold on, guys. All right, responding to a work message there. That's the approach that you have to take. So what you should do, Frederick, let's say you have $1,000. Just play with $100. Play with $100, and read the charts good. If you see a signal, just buy it. Don't think about it. Just buy it. It's $100. It's 10% of your account, right? So even if that goes down 10% on you instantly, you're only going to be down 2%. You're only going to be down 2%. So trade with a smaller position sizing until you're actually comfortable with your strategy and with your trading methodology. Don't get me started on dollar cost averaging, Sean. I'm not a fan of dollar cost averaging. You want to know why? Here you go. See, you got me on a rant. You started talking about weird stuff. Dollar cost averaging, I think it may work in cryptos because long term, I think it is bullish overall over the past several years. But let's look at what is it? I got a specific one in mind. VRX. So you tell me, how is dollar cost averaging working for this $40 billion company at $263? So dollar cost averaging, if you don't know about it, it says, okay, I bought up here, but the market's going down. I'm going to buy some more. Like right here. Let's just say right here, let's play devil's advocate. Okay, I bought here at the top. Okay, it's down 5%, I'm gonna buy more. It's down 5%, I'm gonna buy more. It's down 5%, I'm gonna buy more. Okay, it's up, it's down 5%, I'm gonna buy more. Works great right here, right? This is what you want to see. But what happens if you're on the right side of this chart? Okay, let's dollar cost average. Yeah, I got in up here. Say you still have this position, you bought up here. It's down 5%. I'm gonna buy more, 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 and then you sell at $10 a share. Yeah, sorry. I started kind of not yelling but screaming loudly because I'm not a believer in dollar cost averaging nor buying on the way down. The reason being is because you never know when the bottom is. You never know when the bottom is. If you don't know anything about VRX here, um, at its peak it was like, I don't even know the market cap, but it was huge, right? So I don't mind you nibbling at positions, but the whole reason to dollar cost average is not for trading, it's for long-term holds. That's what dollar cost averaging is good for. It's good for long-term holds. At least that's what it's supposed to be for. And that's the thing, is everything can fail. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't know everything. There's guys out there that probably do really good with dollar cost averaging. Okay, they probably trade in a certain manner, certain securities that they know very well. High dividend stocks. Like if you're looking at Philip Morris, right? Let's look at Philip Morris. Sorry guys, I know stocks like the back of my hand, so it's a little different. Um, so Philip Morris, right? These guys sell cigarettes. I mean, people are still smoking. $30 to $80 essentially. You're looking at 130% increase. So, maybe you dollar cost average Philip Morris, but this isn't going to be the guys in this chat room. You guys aren't going to be trading Philip Morris. You guys aren't trading Philip Morris. This is a boring ass old coin. If you want to talk about it that way. Um, and you're really not going to be trading Philip Morris. You're going to be trading these VRXs, um, these GNCs. That you want this to go from 10 to 15. That's what you guys want. That's what I want. So dollar cost averaging for us just doesn't work. Will I offer a class anytime soon? I think I will. I'll probably end up doing. Um, I've been thinking about it a little bit. I'll probably do some topical classes, and I will probably schedule them. I'll probably do like a private live stream, just kind of like we're doing now. My stream offline? I don't see my video up here. Look at Navcoin. Let's look at Navcoin. I think I have it in here. 50% to the upside. Oh, that's kind of pretty. That's a double up to all-time highs. That's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, no, sorry. My video actually just shows my background, real crypto background with the coins. It doesn't show my video. That's weird. Navcoin looks pretty interesting here. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting. See, this is a fairly orderly coin. Remember earlier when I was showing you the stock market and kind of talking about things being nice and orderly? Am I a believer or trader on Elliott wave theory? I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, Elliott wave theory. I haven't taken the time to really master it, to be honest with you. I've tried it a little bit, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of work. I feel like it's a lot of work. So if you're familiar with Elliott wave theory, I wouldn't mind kind of like if you want to walk me through a wave on this nav coin here, I'd be more than happy to listen to that. Hey man, education is always good. So here's a really good question. If I unfortunately bought Bitcoin at a much higher price before and intend to hold, is there a point to leaving that to the side and trying to actively trade, or should I just stick to the hold? Um, So there's a couple different questions there actually. First of all, it looks like, yeah, so my friend bought some Bitcoin. So you can just say you bought Bitcoin, that's fine. No one's going to judge you in this chat room. If they are, I'll slap them. Is there a point to leaving that to the side and actively trading? Or should I just stick to the hold? So those are two questions. It almost sounds like you're trying to trade around a core position. So you can do that. You can trade around a core position. What that means is that you have, say, $10,000 invested in your Ethereum, your Bitcoin, your Litecoin, your IOTA, whatever your coins of choice are, and then you have a smaller account, maybe $2,000 to $3,000 that you trade with. So I make more money with my job. I don't have a ton of money. I'm not a guy with $150,000 in my trading accounts. And I just got started with cryptos, and I got started at a really weird time. I got started over here at about at 316. I got started right here in cryptos, so I haven't really had enough time to build up. That being said, overall I'm up about 70%. Up about 70% right now. So yeah, but my stock market trading, hopefully next year I'll make more money in my Roth IRA than I do in cash. It's trending in that direction, which is freaking awesome. You're welcome, Mike. Yeah, if you want to do some Elliott Wave stuff, I mean, yeah, go for it, buddy. I mean, different things are going to resonate with different people, right? So different things are going to resonate with different people. Is that a bar? Is that a trend there? Is that volume? That's volume. Oh, that's volume. The 258 sitting here. Ooh, trading the S&P. That's, I have not had luck trading the S&P. I tried my hand at futures and I just did not do good. Number one, I didn't have the super large account size that you need to effectively trade the S&P. You really need, if you know anything about S&P futures, you need a certain amount of money in your account to trade on margin to do that. And I just didn't have that capital when I was trading S&P. And then even when I did, it wasn't for me. S&P wasn't my thing. I do time the stock market, however. I can kind of show you a little bit of topping action with things like that, sure. Oh, Justin, man, I wish I was you, buddy. Joe, that's good, buddy. That's awesome. That's awesome. You bought Bitcoin yesterday for the first time. I'm not mad at you whatsoever. This is a pretty good time to be in Bitcoin. Yesterday or today. You're here kind of at a trough here. The only thing I will say this: go watch my Bitcoin 1200 video and talk to me. That'll tell me if you're a real long-term holder. Yes, Frederick. Your pastor, Trong. Well, he should have been tweeting me. So, actually, that being said, BitShares, what's their symbol? That's BitConnect. Insane value. You talking in terms of it used to, was it 48, now it's at 8? That's not it? Oh, volume? Oh, is that volume right there? Wow. Oh, wow, yeah. That's a ton of volume. That is a ton of volume. Interesting. You know what, Frederick? Let's, you always bring me good stuff, man. You always bring me good stuff. Yeah, this is sitting at a recent low, actually kind of all-time lows in term. Well, not all-time lows, but you in this large price consolidation. Um, that is some crazy volume. That is some crazy volume, and that could be some kind of a bottoming signal. I mean, who knows exactly why that kind of volume occurs? 63 million. If you look at the top left of my screen where it says BitShares dollar, go down 3 rows to the right, the green 63M. That's the volume for that bar. Yeah, something could be going on there. Something could be going on, or you'll sometimes see volume pops that don't pan out. Um, so you also want to see the price action because price is what pays really. You can see volume, but price is what pays. If it gets above this like 93, 94 area, maybe you take a position right there. I don't see the need to be greedy and try to buy a low here because in theory with that kind of volume it should have continued higher. Sean, everything's had volume in the past 24 hours. Everything. Everything. Well then, Joe, there you go. You have your answer. If that doesn't scare you, then good. Good for you. That's awesome. That's all I wanted to know. So yeah, I'll just say this. If if you are a long-term holder like that, I would just stack cash and maybe you make a buy once a month or something like that. Maybe you do something like that where you kind of consistently invest in it. If you're going to hold for 10 years in Bitcoin or Ethereum, um, then yeah, definitely go ahead and hold. Put it in a paper wallet because you don't want it to get stolen. You don't want your computer to crash. That's one thing about cryptos, especially some holders that they don't understand, is that if you have it sitting in Coinbase or have it sitting in Bitfinex or Bittrex or any of these exchanges, they can get hacked and they could, in theory, take you out. They can steal your coins there. So I would definitely put it in a paper wallet if that is your plan. Laminate it. Why not? Just laminate it so you can't get water on it. I mean, come on, it's worth $4,000, right? $3,000. Oh, BTC? I thought aren't they BTC? Oh, I think I see what you're saying. So you're thinking that they're just going to do Bitcoin Cash and nix Bitcoin. Is that kind of what you're thinking? What's up, Eric? I'm not sure what you mean by carrot or stick or sword and stick. Can you elaborate on that? Eric, most of us did. Some of us were a little frightened, and the rest of us were asleep. I mean, like literally asleep. I was literally asleep. And then I woke up, and I saw I saw a comment on one of my videos, um, and it talked about Bitcoin hit 3,000, now it's at 3,250. That I'm an idiot, and I'm like, did you not check out anything else on my channel? Because I think my video right before that said Bitcoin 3,000. So don't think you were paying attention. Oh. So Sean, to be honest with you, if that's something that is a thing, if that's like really a thing, and you want to trade off of that or make some decisions based off of that, I would keep that in your back pocket in terms of that knowledge, and I would wait to see for some good buying in Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin, whichever one. Um, but really, the price action is what's gonna lead you higher. Paying too much attention to news is actually gonna harm you. So it's good to have that background information. At the same time, you don't want to let it drive you. Yeah, it's not about BS theories. I'm not trying to knock you for that. All I'm trying to do is get your trading. No, that's no, Sean. Anything you say is fair game. I have no problem with you saying that in the chat room. None at all. Um, in fact, if you guys have news items, I've learned quite a bit from this chat room. Not everyone can keep up with everything happening in the crypto world, so you need to have this background information. At the same time, you can't trade off of that information. Does that make sense? Please advise how many percent for a stop loss. That's very difficult in cryptos because they're so volatile. They're so volatile. Um, I really hate to be down less than 10% personally. I just really don't like it. In the stock market, it's much less than that. I try to get out. You want to have as small a loss as possible. So just because you have a stop loss at a specific level doesn't mean you can't sell sooner. Okay? So, but if you're going to put a hard stop loss in, like for overnight, um, I don't do that. I don't put stop losses in overnight, and I've had opportunities to do so, and I would have gotten shaken out of my position because it just reverses right back up. If we bounce backwards, there's still a possibility for a downtrend. So yes, we have bounced back, and there's still a possibility for a downtrend. So this is Bitcoin on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, we still have. So this is the all-time high in Bitcoin. This is the right shoulder. This is a trend line that is your first level of support for Bitcoin, and this is your trend line that's your next level of support for Bitcoin. Either of these could hold and continue us to the downside. It doesn't mean we don't go up. We don't go up from here for a little bit. But Chandi talking about Bitcoin 3,000. Should you wait to buy? I can't answer that question for you. We have a bottom in Bitcoin. We have a bottom in Bitcoin, and let me reread your question. Is it up for another rally? I think it could be up for another rally at some point. I do think that. That's the feeling that I get. We're still very low in this pattern. We have this kind of waterfall. This is not sustainable. This is not sustainable, okay? And it looks like we've actually finished this. And of course I hate this tool. I have to have my finger on the keyboard. Man, I can't hit. That's escape. Anyway, see this waterfall action is not sustainable. See this downtrend, it got faded, it got reversed, okay? This downtrend is going to get faded, it's going to get reversed. It may bounce right into here and then fail over again. So can it bounce up? It can definitely bounce up. It can still fail too. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm trying to respond to chats, but you guys are chatting pretty quickly here. Sean, you say other hosts will slam people. Yeah, I'm not trying to slam anyone. The only time I'll slam you is if I see like a very inappropriate comment or you're making fun of a new trader. Stuff like that. We don't need to be negative. There's no reason for negativity, but questioning and information is always welcome. So do I mean to tell you that the Jews 100% did 9/11? You'll see my other video on that, on how that. Yeah, I don't have a video on that, but there's a joke in there somewhere. Is that just a joke? Any Jewish people in here that want me to kick him out? No, I'm personally up for any kind of joke. But Nostalgia Ortiz, don't do that too many times. Not with specific like types of people. Take a look at Omise go. 9999, sitting at the nines. Yeah, sitting at the $10 level. You know, I think we're in a holding pattern until we go one way or the other, guys. A lot of these coins are showing the same pattern, a big volume pop and then a rest. So if this rest doesn't sell off, we're going to continue higher. And I'm kind of anticipating something like that. But if we do sell down, then that's not good. The Yamakopter. Joe, okay, so you're talking about me saying laminate. You have yours stored in a Coinbase vault. I've seen the Coinbase Vault product. I'm unsure exactly how it works if they have an offline storage. If they have an offline storage, you may be fine with that. I don't know if they charge for that, but you can actually print off a wallet. You don't have to have a wallet online. You can literally go to, I think, bitcoin.com. They have a wallet you can download that has your wallet address, your private key on it, your QR code. You can print that on a printer in your home. I'm saying if you do that, laminate that so that it doesn't get disturbed by water or anything. So that's what I was referring to that. And protect your C's and passwords. Yeah, for sure. And that's why you that's why you wanna if you're gonna hold for a very long time, I suggest an offline wallet, and then I suggest just laminating it. But the Coinbase Vault, it looked intriguing. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but I would just get more information on if they do offline storage with that. If they do that, then it'll probably take a little while for you to get your coins when you need them. But yeah, check it out. Can I review Pivx? Do I have Twitter? I do have Twitter, and I'll post my handle. It's at Real Crypto Trade. That's my Twitter handle. You know, Steve, about my video going to with Bitcoin 1200. I didn't want to be that doom and gloomy because if you watch the video there, it took 7 months for Bitcoin to go from peak to peak, and then the next peak to peak was 3 years and 10 months. It is definitely possible. It could take 10 years before it gets to 15,000. If it does that 300% again. So that definitely could happen. Coinbase are insured against losses. I'm fairly happy storing some of my crypto there. That's fine. Everyone's got a comfort level. I personally hate Coinbase because they charge me 3% to sell my cryptocurrencies in cash. 3% and that was a $10,000 account, so that's a $300 loss just for selling. That really pissed me off, actually. So I'm trying not to use Coinbase ever again. So guys, getting close to closing the stream down here for lunchtime. I happen to be working from home today, so I can go over. Typically, this will be about a half hour, maybe 45 minutes. But I am going to try to do this every day. Edgeless is looking strong. Let's look at Edgeless. I think I have that down here. Yeah, it's looking strong. Sitting right up there at those highs. Have some good volume in it. Not bad at all. Can't be mad at that. Justin, I do use GDAX. I do use GDAX, but I'm still out my $300. Do you think centralized banks bought this morning at 4 a.m. causing the uptrend? Eric, that's a very specific question, buddy. That's a very specific question. I definitely don't have that answer. Is there any other option than Coinbase? I don't know, Sean. Not in the United States, to my knowledge. I know you can try to go to localbitcoins.com. They have individuals that you can actually go to and trade Bitcoin and altcoins live with them and hand them cash. But their fees are more. Their fees are like between 5 and 10%. They're not 3%, but still, just buying and trading is it just left me with a bad taste. I'm used to the stock market. I trade, I can trade a $20,000 position for $5 in the stock market. Thank you, Chandi. I appreciate that. What is your opinion? Seen your videos. We have Cursed looking at you here, buddy. Hey, just got on. What's your opinion? Seen your videos. We have uptrend starting now. So what's happening right now is that we have a low in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin 3,000, Ethereum like 202, and we've had a very nice pop up. Very nice pop up. We're in a consolidation range right now, and if this goes up or down, that's really where we're at. We just have to wait and see. We really just have to wait and see. Personally, I think it's going to go up a little bit out of this. I don't know if it's going to survive this neckline though. I'm a little uncertain. A bullish case. Let me give you a bullish case. Remember these measured moves I was referring to? What if you measured move out of this, then we get back up here towards these shoulders? Okay, we get back up here towards these shoulder levels. This is kind of a higher level consolidation. If this consolidated down here, I would definitely say, yeah, we're probably not going any higher. But the fact that we're all the way up here, pretty close to this trend line, indicates to me that there's a little more strength in the intermediate term, in the shorter term, and so we could get another pretty decent run up. Could it still fail? I think it still could fail. Absolutely, it just kind of depends. Eric, what do I do for work? I'm a director of operations at a web and software development agency. All right, Miles. Yeah, store some coins on Coinbase for 3 years. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind storing there. The only problem is, like, if you guys remember GDAX, I don't know if you guys remember GDAX. I actually traded Bitcoin in 2013. I've mentioned it a couple of times, but I traded Bitcoin in 2013, and I made my money. I pulled my money out, but right after that, GDAX went down, like just poof, gone. GDAX is an exchange that, I mean, was like one of the only Bitcoin exchanges other than Coinbase, and it just poof and died and went. A lot of people just lost everything. So I'm not saying that's going to happen to Coinbase. I'm just simply saying that is a risk factor in this market that everyone should be aware of. You know what, Eric? Maybe you should buy it. I wouldn't mind buying Bitcoin 3,000 down here again. I wouldn't mind doing that. Ethereum 180. Let's get to that 180. Come on, we hit 3,000, guys. I'm batting 50-50 now. We need to get 180. I'm quarter joking. I'm a quarter joking. I really want that to happen. That'd be cool. Monaco bought it at 12.10. Oh, let's look at Monaco. I can never find Monaco when I want to see it. You're lucky. I have Monaco Bitcoin here for some reason. I don't know where 12.10 is. Oh, why don't I have Monaco dollar? It's a joke. Let's get rid of Monaco Bitcoin. You bought it 12.10. Sorry, got loud there. I wouldn't sell at this point if you still have it. There's no reason to sell here. Yeah, you're already down quite significantly. Unless you see an extraordinarily good opportunity in another coin, I don't know if I would sell. So the software that I use to record is actually called OBS. It's free. It's a free software, obsproject.com. You download. It's pretty simple to use. I think it works on, yeah, it works on Mac as well. Works on all three operating systems. It's updated very frequently. I haven't even begun to explore its possibilities. I've done a lot of, you can do layer screens. It's pretty cool what you can do with it. It's really cool. So OBS. How do you set up the volume indicators on TradingView? So someone else showed me this earlier. I forget who it was, but go to indicators. Click on indicators. Just go here and just search volume. And just click volume here. Click on volume right there. Okay. So it's going to give you this volume bar right here. I will say I like this over the standard volume because the bars are they're not see-through at all. But yeah, you can click on settings here and adjust this moving average length if you want to. So I have it set to 20 now. Don't ask me why. But that's how you set up the volume on that. Indicators and then search for volume. Alright guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for watching the live stream today. I'll be back tomorrow at probably 12 to 12:30 again. I will post an event. Follow me on Twitter at RealCryptoTrade. All one. I think everything in Twitter has to be all one word, no dashes or anything. So go ahead and follow at RealCryptoTrade. I'm going to try to post my videos on there. Please spread the word, guys. I know you guys have been trying to spread the channel. I appreciate that. Twitter is going to be another good opportunity for us to make the channel bigger. Working on the website, I will do some work on scheduling for some classes for those of you interested. And I have a website that I'm working on that'll post some information on that website as well. And we will go ahead and see you guys later. Thank you very much. See you next time.